What's goody? It's your boy Ghiman Mckinney, Ghiman. Ghiman is how you say and spell my name. You can call me Juice, G-Man, all that good stuff. Be sure to hit that like button right now. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on them post notifications if you're new to the channel. But guys, we're going to talk about the new head coach hirings in the NFL for the new season. Now, there's 8 new head coaches out there that are hired. I figured once the offseason starts, I would start this video just because everyone had not determined at the time who they were hiring and things like that. So I'm going to rank all the best hirings from all the way at the bottom, number 8 to number 1. So 8 to 1 based on worst to best head coach hirings with new teams. So without further ado, let's get right to it. The worst hire for me was the Arizona Cardinals. Now, they hired Kliff Kingsbury, okay? I just want to first off say this. The Cardinals fired their head coach after 1 year. 1 year. Steven Wilkins didn't even get a chance. I mean, can anybody win with this Cardinals roster? All they have is 3 players. David Johnson, Chandler Jones, and Patrick Peterson. That's all they have. And their division is very, very tough. You got Seattle there. You got Los Angeles Rams, who just made the Super Bowl. And you got the 49ers, who I think are going to be improved next year once Jimmy G comes back. So the fact that you don't even give your new head coach a chance after 1 year, where you see and first of all, I think it's unfair. It's unfair to some degree because, you know, you got people like Marvin Lewis there for 15-some years, hasn't even won a playoff game. And then you got people like Todd Bowles getting fired, and I didn't think he had a fair chance either. So let's also not forget Hugh Jackson wins 0 games and comes back. I mean, look, you need to at least give him a chance. I mean, if Hugh Jackson can come back after winning 0 games, come on, man. The fact that you hired a new head coach after 1 year shows you're panicking. You're panicking. That's not good. You have to give your new head coach at least an opportunity, you know, to at least be through 1 year. You know, if after a year and a half if it doesn't work, fine. But I don't agree with firing a head coach after 1 year. You're basically panicking. And also this Kliff Kingsbury dude who you hired, let me give you a hint on how bad this hire is. He got fired by his alumni. His alumni fired him. His alumni fired him. He couldn't win at Texas Tech with Patrick Mahomes. You see what Patrick Mahomes is doing in the NFL? He couldn't win the Big 12 where teams have no defense. I understand that, you know, Texas Tech, you know, they're recruiting all that stuff, but Texas Tech is not a bad team. They're always decent. So, and he had a losing record there for 5 or 6 years. So again, I don't understand why you hire him. You know, I don't really understand it. Now, if you get the players right, maybe he'll do something. But again, I just don't understand it. And, you know, little head coaching experience. So yeah, the Cardinals had the worst hire in my opinion. Now, the second worst hire to me is the Denver Broncos. Now, again, is Vic Fangio a bad head coaching candidate? No, but he's probably arguably the best defensive coordinator. But the thing is, you guys already have defense. I mean, he's a top 2 D coordinator, yeah, but how good is he going to be as a head coach? You saw Jim Schwartz in Detroit. He's a terrible head coach. Great defensive coordinator in Philadelphia. You know, you look at Hugh Jackson. I know it's offense, but Hugh Jackson was a pretty good offensive coordinator in Cincinnati. Terrible head coach in Cleveland. So just because you're a great coordinator does not mean you're going to be a good head coach, okay? That's for one, okay? 2, you need an offensive mind, in my opinion. I think you guys should have went after an offensive mind. Denver's problem, they're always good on defense, you know? Now, I expect them to be, they better be number 1 in defense because you hire a defensive coordinator with already a great defense, you should be top 2, top 3, top 1 in defense. You just should, especially with the players you have. You got Bradley Chubb, you got Chris Harris Jr., you got Von Miller. You should have a ton of success on defense, but they need an offensive mind. You know, their offense is what hinders them every year. It's the offense. Denver Broncos have no offense, okay? They just don't. You know, every now and then they'll score some points. They got some good wide receivers, you know, Cortland Sutton, Emmanuel Sanders. But again, I just don't understand why you didn't go after an offensive mind. Is Vic Fangio a terrible candidate? No, but I just think you need to go after an offensive mind because, you know, that's what you struggle with. And you're not going to get any better by hiring a defensive coach. But hopefully your defense gets better. Cincinnati Bengals for me at number 6. This was a decent hire. Zach Taylor. I think Zach Taylor is going to bring some good things to Cincinnati. Now, compared to the other hires, I think that they're just a little bit better. Zach Taylor, you know, he has some coaching experience. You know, he coached at Cincinnati. He's the offensive coordinator, I think, something like that. Head coach, something like that. No, he was the offensive coordinator at Cincinnati, I believe, something like that. he also was on the Rams staff. He was the quarterback's coach, assistant coach there. So he's been with Sean McVay for a couple of years. So he'll be able to bring some of the Sean McVay success, hopefully, to Cincinnati. Because Cincinnati, they need a lot of help. I'm just telling you right now. Getting back to it, I think he also has experience at Texas Tech coaching. You know, he also has experience in the Miami Dolphins organization coaching. So he has enough experience to me where I can say, you know, he'll command a locker room of 53 guys. Now, like I said, I just think that, you know, it's a decent hire, but I think there are some other better candidates out there. Up next, we got the Cleveland Browns. Now, I was a little hit and miss with this, you know. Freddie Kitchens, to me, yes, he's a decent hire, but anytime you hire someone within the room that's already there, and you just fire your head coach to be the head coach, I don't understand that. I don't think the answer is within the room, if you know what I mean. Like, if he's on the staff and he was not the head coach in the first place, what makes you think he should be the head coach now? I just don't understand that, you know. Now, he had a decent year, you know, when Hugh Jackson took over. The Cleveland Browns looked great underneath Freddie Kitchens. Baker Mayfield was playing out of his mind. Baker Mayfield was probably playing as a top 10 quarterback toward the end of the second half of the year. The Cleveland Browns had major improvements, but I just think that, you know, he's already in the room, but he has not been the head coach. He's been a coordinator for 1 year, you know, something like that. So, again, I think it's a decent hire. I think he can relate to Baker Mayfield, you know. If you're the thing about it nowadays, you know, it used to be a coaches league mainly. It's mainly a quarterback and coach league now. If your quarterback does not get on the same page with your coach, you're not going to have much success. I think coach and quarterback relationship is great. You look at all of the players, you know, the teams in the playoffs. Sean Payton, Drew Brees, great relationship together. Jared Goff and Sean McVay, great relationship together. I'm talking about the Final Four teams that made it this year. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, great relationship together. Drew Brees, Bill Belichick, great relationship together. So Baker Mayfield loves Freddie Kitchens. I think that, you know, they'll do some good things, but I just think that, you know, you need to go out and hire somebody. I don't think that the answer full-time is within the room, but I might be wrong. I got him at number 5, so that's a decent spot. Cleveland should be happy about that. Number 4, I got the Miami Dolphins hiring Brian Flores as the 4th best hire. Listen, I think he's an excellent hire. He for one was a scouting director for the Patriots organization. What that means is he goes out and scouts the draft prospects. He looks at talent. He evaluates talent. I think he knows how to evaluate talent. And in Miami, they don't have very many playmakers. They just don't. They don't have very many playmakers. So I do think that the Miami Dolphins had a good hire. He was in the Patriots organization for a couple years or so as an assistant coach and things like that. I don't think he'll be like Matt Patricia. I don't think he'll be like some of these other assistant coaches that have not had success once they leave Bill Belichick. I think he's an exception. I saw him dominate one of the best offense the Patriots have ever faced in the Super Bowl and put up an all-time great defensive stance. He created a great game plan. The Rams were averaging 33 points per game on the regular season. In the Super Bowl, Brian Flores, as the Patriots defensive coordinator, held them to 3 points. 3 points. That's astonishing. That's great. You know, he got a ton out of marginal players on the Patriots. You look at the Patriots defense on paper, all they have really is Trey Flowers and Stephon Gilmore and Dante Hightower. There's not very many great players on that defense. So I think he gets the most out of he gets the most out of his talent. So I do think this is a great hire. He has enough experience. I think he's going to come in there. He's going to identify the talent. He's going to get the players he needs. And he's going to compete. He knows Bill Belichick and them well enough too. So I think they can steal a couple games from them. All right, number 3. I got my team. Yes, my team. The Green Bay Packers as having the 3rd best hire of the 8 coaches, hiring Matt LaFleur. Now, the only thing that holds me back with Matt LaFleur is the fact that I worry about him, his relationship with Aaron Rodgers a little bit. I just do. I think that he's a great head coach. He's going to be a good head coach. I think he's going to be a good head coach. But does he have the alpha and the personality to go after Aaron Rodgers and coach him up? Because, listen, Aaron Rodgers is not really going to want to listen at first to a, first-time head coach, a new offensive coordinator that's like, I don't even know if he's 39 years old. So can he command the locker room? I think eventually he will, but I think change is going to be tough at first. But Matt LaFleur was great in Los Angeles. He's the quarterback's coach. No, he's the offensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams. They were the #1 offense of the year when he was there. He was the quarterback's coach for Matt Ryan when Matt Ryan won his very first MVP. Now in Tennessee, he took a little bit of a step back, but Tennessee with Marcus Mariota having those injuries and that offense not having very many playmakers, I expected that. Marcus Mariota to me is not a great quarterback. So, I mean, you know, it's whatever. I do think Matt LaFleur, there's a ton of NFL players that have spoken about how great of an offensive mind Matt LaFleur is, including RG3, who's a rookie. RG3 as a rookie was balling out. He got Rookie of the Year, and Matt LaFleur was the offensive coordinator for Washington. So I do think, like I said, Matt LaFleur is a great offensive mind. You know, I think he's he's going to scheme a lot of people open and things like that, and I think it's going to work eventually. But again, I don't know. I think we could have did a little bit better job of hiring someone that was a little more experienced. I mean, that could command a locker room a little bit better. But I do think Matt LaFleur is going to work eventually. I think at first it may be a little tough, but I think Matt LaFleur is going to work. And we need an offensive mind. You know, Mike McCarthy's offense was very, very stale, and we need someone that can keep Aaron Rodgers in that offense on schedule. So I think Matt LaFleur is going to do that. On to the next. Adam Gase, to me, is the second best hire out of the new teams that hired head coaches. Adam Gase is a great offensive mind. He's a great, you know, like I said, he's just a great offensive mind. He got the best out of Ryan Tannehill in his first year in Miami. The first year to Miami, he took them to the playoffs. And no one expected the Miami Dolphins that year to win 10 games. They were nearly 500 this year, with Ryan Tannehill being injured and all those good things. And even when Ryan Tannehill was in the game, he got the most out of Ryan Tannehill. Anytime you can make the playoffs with Ryan Tannehill as your quarterback and those and that roster devoid of playmakers, you have something. You just do. You know, in Adam Gase. I think Sam Darnold needs an offensive mind. I think Todd Bowles, even though I do not believe Todd Bowles should have been fired, it's not Todd Bowles' fault. You know, I think they should have given him a little more of a chance. I think he was great with what he was given to work with. They have not drafted well on the offensive side of the ball. They've given him little to work with. But I do think that they'll start drafting better. I do think that Adam Gase, like I said, is a great offensive mind. He got the best out of Ryan Tannehill, led Ryan Tannehill to the playoffs, and things like that. And Sam Darnold needs an offensive mind as a head coach. Todd Bowles is a defensive-minded head coach. So I do think the flip from a defensive-minded head coach to an offensive-minded head coach is great. You saw Jared Goff. When he got an offensive head coach, he was great. You saw Mr. Trubisky, Matt Nagy, Coach of the Year, offensive mind. He got the best out of him. So I do think that Adam Gase can push Sam Darnold and get him better. And Sam Darnold, the second half of the year, was looking pretty good. He was very, very rocky to start the year, but he improved a whole lot in the second half. So that's the second best hire to me. The best hire out of everyone was Bruce Arians to the Cardinals. This man is almost 70 years old, but I think he can still coach. Okay. But anyway, getting back to it. I think that, you know, listen, he got the best years out of Carson Palmer of his career. And Carson Palmer was on the decline. He was very, very old. Arizona was terrible before Bruce Arians got there. He led them to the NFC Championship game after about 2 or 3 years being that coach. They're a mess without Bruce Arians now. I think this is a great, great hire for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who historically is a wrecked and dysfunctional franchise. Jameis Winston has been a mess, but I do think because, you know, Bruce Arians, he's had a lot of coaching experience. Bruce Arians has done everything in his coaching career. He's been a college coordinator, he's been an assistant coach, been a quarterback's coach, all that good stuff. He just has a ton of experience. He knows how to command the locker room. You telling me that I think he's going to command that locker room. He's going to get respect from all 53 of those Tampa Bay Buccaneers players. And, you know, like I said, he turned Carson Palmer's career around. He can definitely turn around a Jameis Winston who's still 25 and improving. Jameis Winston, actually, if you look at the numbers, has improved every single year he's gotten in the league. Now, this year his passer rating went down a little bit, but it was because of the interceptions. The only thing Jameis Winston needs to work on is cutting down those turnovers. Every year, you know, completion percentage, yards, touchdowns, everything is up, but the interceptions continue to be an issue. And Jameis, you know, the maturity off the field is an issue. But I think that Bruce Arians is a grown man. He's going to command the best from Jameis Winston, and Jameis Winston, you're going to get the best Jameis Winston you've seen. And that Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense is pretty good. I think Bruce Arians can fix that defense with a couple of draft picks, and like I said, he can turn them around. He turned around Arizona, turned around Carson Palmer. He's proven he can win, so he was the best hire out of everybody. That's pretty much it for this video, y'all. If you love the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, share this video with your friends. Get other people hip to this channel. You know, it's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney. I appreciate y'all for turning up on that last video. We got around almost 700 views, you know, not even within a day. So that's great. Keep that same energy, y'all. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, and I'm Ghost.